Skies remained mostly sunny today, but as the sun set, water levels rose. Carroll County issued a flood warning. Many near the Oakdale Dam weighed whether to stay or go. Richard Spinel fishes to pass the time as he keeps watch over the Tippecanoe River in front of his cabin.
Right now it's been coming up about 2 inches on this side, about 2 inches every hour.
He bought his place on the river after the 2008 flood and is still remodeling it. He's already prepared for the rising water.
We put everything that is going to get destroyed if it gets wet. We try to put it up table height.
Down the street, Leslie Purdue is gathering her precious items together, including her cat. She says the water isn't high now, but it tends to creep.
I got to be to work in the morning, and I've already lost 2 sets of wheels up here due to floods.
Some who live on the Tippy River say as soon as they see the water levels coming up above the road, that's when they decide to pack a bag. That's because they'd rather take a vacation day from work for pleasure rather than what they call a swamp day, when the high water levels keep them from leaving home.
I just would rather not wake up to like, wow, what am I going to do? I can't go anywhere.
Carroll County Emergency Management Director Dave McDowell says if homeowners wait too long, it could be too late to escape.
The roads get underwater and that starts to make evacuation dangerous.
Richard Spinel says he'll leave before he ends up fishing from his front door. Next door in White County, rising waters from the Norway Dam are also being closely watched. Emergency Management Director Rose Brady says the water flow continues to increase, prompting flooding concerns. She explained a flood warning is issued before high water can damage homes, so people have time to leave if they choose.
People need to be prepared to start getting out before their roads close. Don't drive through the flooded road.
She says the Red Cross has emergency shelters prepared should they be needed. No matter when severe weather hits, it's often the people on the ground the National Weather Service relies on to give eyewitness information. And storm spotters are trained to provide it. News Channel 18's Aaron Leedy was in Burlington this evening at a storm spotter training course. Aaron, what exactly do they look for?
Well, Nicole, based upon their report, storm spotters can help the NWS determine whether watches or warnings should be issued. They're trained to spot tornadoes and know the difference about whether it's the real thing or something that looks a lot like it. While many people take shelter during severe weather, storm spotters head out into the elements as it's happening.
We need as many people who understand what they're looking at as we can get to help us out at the Weather Service.
The Burlington Fire Department hosted a storm spotter training course. National Weather Service meteorologist PETTET showed future spotters different cloud formations, what different storms were capable of producing, and how a tornado forms, among other topics.
Also some radar signatures, so if they are looking at a radar and they're looking at the clouds, they can tie those two together and recognize what might be coming at them.
Storm spotters are important to the National Weather Service because oftentimes they can spot activity on the ground that doesn't get picked up by radar.
It's very important that we have people on the ground who are able to recognize the different cloud signatures that we can see in the sky to let us know back at the office what's going on, things that the radar can't see because they're below what's happening at the radar.
Nearly 40 people attended the course. Some were emergency responders and some were just ordinary citizens interested in weather. Spotters were trained on what to report and got an up-close look at what they could face out in the field. And people who attended tonight's course are now trained weather spotters. They'll report what they see on the front lines of a storm to the National Weather Service. Aaron Leedy, News Channel 18.